finishing up the windscreen installation. As you can see, I've put in the top pad. That went in reasonably well. The only thing I would say that you need to take care of is the finish on the that tension rod there, and it's difficult not to mark that when you're trying to install that windscreen. I have some touch up to do on the post. That has to be, on my car at least, that the only way I could fit the top pad was with the tension rod in place. So maybe it's not supposed to be like that, but in my particular case it was. So I had that little bit of a battle. It's to do with the angle of the windscreen and trying to get that top pad as far forward as possible. But it took me an hour or so to get it in, but it's in now, and I actually have connected up all of the heating or the ducting, I should say. So that's actually looking pretty good. So the next thing is to fit this chrome piece, and I try to do this just by inserting it, and I try to do it dry without any adhesive, and that didn't, there's too much of a bend in it, and it's actually fighting to pop out all of the time. Anyway, I had a fortuitous phone call, I guess, with Richard Owen about something else, and I mentioned that I was on with this, and then he recommended these cups. So you get 6 of them in a pack. They're from Sealy. I'll actually put down the details of the product naming and number in the video text, and they just literally click onto the surface, and then you tighten up as much as you want. And I've just done a trial fitting here to see how that would work. So now I'm going to use a little bit of sealant, put the chrome in, get it in the right place with respect to the windscreen, seal, clamp it in place, and then I'm going to work my way over. I have no idea how this is going to go. Again, I've done one before, and that was 11 years ago. So, this feels like it has more success than the previous attempt I had. Okay, I let this chrome trim bond overnight, and with those seal clamps, suction clamps in place, and that's worked out really nicely. I'm very pleased with that, and it actually made quite a difficult job fairly straightforward. The next step is to do a similar type of process with this chrome trim, and again that requires a little bit of adhesive and then holding in place, so I'll probably use 2 clamps each side. So that's the task right now. The A-pillar chrome trims are now in place. I'm still having a couple of challenges getting that leading edge on one side to bond, but I am getting there with that. One observation I would give you is that this joint here, this is supposed to sit underneath that cap. And for the life of me, I tried so hard to get that to work. I need several pairs of hands to squeeze it, hold it, and put it in place all at the same time. It's a very complex joint. You have, let's move around a little bit. You have this A-post trim that has the bracket for the sun visor, and you have the header chrome trim, and you have this cap all going on at the same time, and you're supposed to be able to squeeze this underneath, and the shape of that doesn't lend itself for actually going underneath, so you have to pinch this corner So I don't know how to do that with one pair of hands. So I'm right now I'm going to leave that as it is, and I know it's not right based on the pictures of the car originally and other ones that I've looked at online. But at this particular point, I'm going to move on to something else, and then I'll come back to this. I can actually get access to this at any time. This tension rod is a little more complicated than you might give it credit for. So obviously it mounts the rear view mirror, and I have a brand new one, but it also mounts the sun visors either side, getting everything to line up and get the bolts that are securing all of that. There's one each side, is quite troublesome, but obviously doable. And this was all of these. This was missing off my original car, and the sun visors were only held on at one end, which was at this end. So I had to do a little bit of homework on how the sun visors fitted, because when the brackets came, or the package for the mounting of the sun visors came, it actually had 4 rods. This rod times 2, which meant I needed to go away and do some homework. Windscreen looks absolutely fabulous. I have a couple of touch-up points I need to complete on that tension rod. I damaged that during installation. It's very tight, especially putting that top pad in when the windscreen's in place. But yeah, pretty damn cool. Right now I'm pretty happy with that.